Welcome back. It is Kat and Wolf here. We're talking about another movie that we're excited to see. This one is probably one of the last Marvel movies that I'm really excited for. And I think that a lot of the Marvel movies now are kind of just,
Odd.
yeah, kind of lost some of the magic there that they, you know.
I can't say that. I'm still excited for the Spider-Man movies. So, because they're, going into, what's it called? Multiverse territory, which is always fun. I don't hope they bring back Iron Man. I thought the whole Iron Man and Spider-Man thing was odd. It's a saying. But I like where they're going because now Spider-Man's alone out of Far From Home. You know what I mean? After Far From Home.
Yeah, I guess my whole issue was the Iron Man thing because they were starting to turn Spider-Man into Iron Man Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Iron Spider was very odd as well. So it's... But, Deadpool is always great. So
yes, that's what we are talking about today is Deadpool. We're super excited about Deadpool 3. And I know you've probably seen some of the production stills where we get to see...
I get to see my boy, Hugh Jackman, and I'm very excited for my Wolverine boy to come back.
In his yellow Wolverine suit.
The original Wolverine suit, yes.
So it's going to look pretty silly.
Look, X-Men was always pretty silly. Let's be 100% honest right now.
Well, if there's a movie that you've got to have, like, the super silly,
X-Men.
Yellow and blue.
X-Men. It's got to be Deadpool.
It's got to be Deadpool. And I feel like this is the tack that they probably should have taken with more of their comic book movie. But it works for Deadpool particularly well to do, like...
Yeah, Deadpool does a lot of, fourth wall breaking and all that. So, and he's in the X-Men universe. He's actually in the X-Men comics at some point.
Right. He originated with the X-Men New X back in, 90s, I want to say. He was a big X-Men.
Not with X-23, but not Wolverine's daughter, but the...
No. In the 90s, he was part of the new X-Men comic book.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so that was a big revelation when we got Deadpool for the first time in an actual comic book. And we're really excited to see him coming back. And I think that, the tone of the Deadpool movies is a lot better for, getting people sort of still excited about Marvel, because Marvel became this big cinematic universe where if you weren't liking some of the stuff they were putting out, it sort of bled over into everything.
Yeah, because if you didn't, for example, if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm sorry, spoiler real quick, that dog in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Cosmos, I think that dog's name?
Yeah.
Cosmo, whatever the name was. No idea who that dog was until we looked it up later, and it was in some Christmas thing.
Right.
Randomly.
Yeah, so it did become a thing where, and that was a big thing too, where you had to have Disney Plus to really get into all of the lore behind, not even just the lore, but get into the actual stories that they were telling in theaters. You had to be subscribed to Disney Plus, which I'm sorry.
I don't really want to be subscribed to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Unless you sponsor us.
Yes, and all of our sub 300 followers.
Our 175 followers.
Yeah, they'd be money well spent for Disney.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But no, I mean, as far as their whole extended universe thing, it all got, in my opinion, way too in the weeds and tied together. And I think they should have done a better sort of reset after, Infinity Wars and Endgame. They should have sort of started back and told some smaller stories. They came out with stuff like the Eternals, and
no one watched that. Let's be 100% honest. No one watched that.
Another big team up type thing, right after we got done with the Avengers. Not a good look.
They
too
should have.
much.
They should have just gone on to the new Avengers, and because they did that in the comics too, where they killed off Tony Stark, and brought in new Avengers.
Spoiler alert from 10 years ago.
Sorry, spoiler alert. But they killed off him, and there was a new Avengers, and Spider-Man was supposed to be the head of it, which is why the whole Tony Stark and Spider-Man thing I think was a thing, because it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but don't turn Spider-Man into Iron Man. Spider-Man's doing his own thing. He's slinging webs. He's in New York City. That is his deal. Don't take him out of his zone.
Yeah, but even in the comics, he was supposed to be at some point the head of the Avengers.
Sure. I mean, yeah, you could have him do that. I just don't like the idea of him being this whole.
He doesn't need to be Tony Stark, though. Like another recreation of Tony Stark.
Exactly, with the whole Siri thing in his head.
Yeah, that was the Iron Suit thing. It was weird.
Ugh, didn't like it.
He needs to go back to just original Spider-Man, which I think they're trying to do now.
He's got Spidey sense, okay? He doesn't need a robot assistant. He's got his Spidey sense.
He should know his Spidey sense. Just saying.
Well, circling back though.
Oh, yes.
We're very excited about Deadpool 3. That one's going to be a lot of fun.
I like Deadpool because, the first one, there were gags, but it was also very kind of serious. Like he was trying to get his no, that was the second one. Hold on. I messed up there.
No, I guess Deadpool 1 was less serious. It was sort of him being, introduced.
Yeah.
Introduced as this character horrifically burned
his backstory.
Yeah. And there were serious moments, but yeah, just a lot of fun, very black humor, very very R-rated humor that was, that was sorely needed in the Marvel universe. It's way too.
That's what Deadpool is really meant for, is to be the comedic relief in a way.
Yeah, and having his own, series, he was always like a very funny character.
Yeah.
So telling funnier stories, and that's what Marvel needs, in my opinion. They need funnier stories. They need
less serious.
Yeah, and they could do that with more characters, but Deadpool definitely is the perfect place to have that and to make that, because people just aren't having as much fun with the Marvel movies anymore.
That's because none of them are subscribed to Disney Plus.
Yeah, and we don't need that. We
don't
need that. No. You should see a movie and it should be kind of self-contained, and I think that's where they started going wrong with the post-Endgame Marvel universes. Everything just still became very if you don't see 7 other movies, this will not make sense.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about Deadpool is, they're breaking the timelines. They're just, you got Hugh Jackman.
Got my boy back. That's my boy. I love him so much.
All right. Okay. Damn. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hurting my feelings over here,
shush.
Mr. Jackman.
I'm sorry.
Fine.
I almost met him.
It's okay. I'm going to buy that yellow and blue.
Oh, yes, please.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
Uh-huh.
Get the claws.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
I think that would look good. I think I could pull that off. No, it's a super, it's a super good opportunity for them to show some of the sillier, fun comic book stuff that we've been missing out on with the grim dark, Didn't I think the Eternals had a whole Holocaust, Hiroshima.
I didn't watch it, so I can't say anything.
I didn't see it either. I've seen some clips from it that
I didn't even watch the clips. I did not think that was going to be a good movie at all, so I didn't even bother.
Yeah, they were kind of on a downward spiral, really. After Endgame, they were kind of, they were falling apart. That was the Endgame for Marvel.
Literally.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, I think we're kind of getting over superhero movies to a certain extent. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's don't
get me wrong. I love a good superhero movie. It's just one after the other consecutively, I can't deal with. I'm like, okay, that's too much. I've had enough.
Yeah, and that is something else that Marvel is doing. You can see them delaying a lot of movies coming out and extending a lot of release dates because I think they're starting to realize that people are kind of getting tired of the shtick.
Yeah.
Kind of bored of the superhero thing.
Unfortunate. But the good thing with Deadpool is that Deadpool does interact with a lot of the, multiverse and everything else because he breaks the fourth wall. There was one where he was with, what was it, Spider-Gwen at some point, and they were like a father-daughter type of thing. So I think it's cool that they're actually introducing, stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. The multiverse theory, when it was Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange, a lot of people sort of felt like that was kind of too much. I mean, the multiverse thing, it's,
Well, what I'm saying,
use it in certain, proportions.
Well,
but,
what I'm saying with Deadpool is you can introduce characters that way, then, make it funny. And, oh, look, it's a character, New character. This is how they would interact with Deadpool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what they do, how far they take the multiverse thing, how much of that factors in. Because I know that there was a lot of backlash, though, after Multiverse of Madness.
Well, because Multiverse of Madness was kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
I wish they had, like, a storyline. They had a storyline, but it was, like, everywhere. It was everywhere, sporadic. I saw it when I was in Gainesville.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I didn't get to see that one. I just know from the reaction that people were like, this multiverse thing is too much for me. And I was already feeling that way when we started getting different Spider-Mans. And
I just liked seeing the boys again. That was my whole thing about that. I was like, oh, my boys! Oh!
Okay, well, that was fun, I guess. But, for me, we just need to get grounded, tell some grounded stories that are smaller. Get Spider-Man back in New York City. Get him, doing Spider-Man things. I don't know. Have him fight Vulture or some other...
They fought Vulture already in the first movie. That was Vulture. In the first movie?
Okay, well, I can never get enough Vulture. Give me more Vulture. No, I liked Vulture in the first movie. I liked a lot of what they started out with Spider-Man. He just got too intertwined with the
Iron Man,
Avengers, the whole thing. Give us Green Goblin back. Show us a new Green Goblin,
I've been hearing for a long while since kind of Spider-Man 2, or Spider-Man 2, yeah, Spider-Man 2, that everyone wanted William Dafoe back.
Oh, yeah, he's a great actor. He's been in a lot of really good
They're
stuff.
Like,
and he's
bring him
always such a fun character.
Wasn't he back in the third one as Green Goblin?
He was.
So yeah, they want him back as, actual Green Goblin in the whole thing.
Okay. Well, I'm just ready for a smaller Spider-Man story, and I'm kind of ready for him to meet this universe's Gwen Stacy. I mean, has that happened yet?
No, they haven't, but, Mary Jane's forgotten all about him, so maybe we'll have a new Gwen Stacy.
That could be something. Because I think he needs, he needs a different love interest.
The thing about Spider-Man, he's like 3 love interests, and that's really it.
Who's the third?
Not Black Cat. I think that's... Yeah.
What was that?
No, Black Cat.
Yeah,
Catwoman is
Batman.
Different thing. We're not talking about that.
Okay. Well, we could... I could see some Black Cat action coming up. I don't know. That might get me back involved. Get a good cat suit out there.
Always.
Back
to Deadpool, because you're talking about Spider-Man a lot. Even though I love Spider-Man, this should have been a Spider-Man episode.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So it's impossible to talk about Deadpool and just talk about Deadpool at this point because there's so much going on with the Marvel Universe and, what is the Marvel Universe now? And are we still interested? Is it still an interesting universe, So it's like, for me, Definitely gonna enjoy the Deadpool movie. Definitely gonna enjoy seeing Ryan Reynolds
Oh, we
and
love
Hugh
him.
Jackman and
Yes.
seeing them interact. And I just think it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be an opportunity for them to get some of those slapstick. And you know what? There aren't really a lot of good comedies out.
There aren't. And the other thing I like about Hugh Jackman, or let's just say Wolverine being in it, is the fact that maybe then we'll get the other X-Men store maybe will appear, or
Oh,
Jean
okay.
Grey might appear.
Well,
Cyclops.
the Deadpool movies have famously been lower budget, and they even joke about in movie that they couldn't get the whole
Yep.
cast of. So we'll see about that. I think
Wasn't
would
there
be a
one joke
cool-
that was like, maybe we'll get one? I think it was in Deadpool 2, where he's like, maybe we'll get one X-Men next time. But weren't they in? Wasn't that the thing? Like, he closed the door on the X-Men.
you know, it'll be cool to see what they're gonna do with that character and sort of keeping him. I don't want to see him tied in too much to the rest of the Marvel universe because I like those movies for what they are, and I don't want to have to look at them as part of some big broad
Fair
Marvel
enough.
universe thing.
I also think Deadpool should stay its own thing, not be tied in, but more like I was saying before, introduce. Like
Yeah.
a Gwen Stacy maybe for Spider-Man. Maybe that'll be,
I'd rather see her introduced in a Spider-Man movie though.
well, maybe you see her in there and then she's introduced in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the direction that I'd really go with it. But you know, you
Or
never
like
know what they're
maybe a
gonna
live action Spider-Gwen.
do. Yeah,
That'd be a cool
maybe.
one.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just excited for some R-rated humor, some fun.
I'm excited
Violence.
for Deadpool just going, Wolverine, and being like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's always a fun dynamic between Deadpool and Wolverine. Even in the comics, that's, you know, I always liked Wolverine Spider-Man comics, you know, where they...
There's a Wolverine Spider-Man. I didn't know about that. Wolverine Spider-Man comic?
Oh, definitely.
That's cool.
They have a couple adventures together. In fact, there was one in Ultimate Spider-Man where they switched bodies, which was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Uh-huh. So if you're like me and you really enjoyed the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, yeah, some pretty fun Wolverine moments in there.
That's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to also possibly get I forgot his name, but he's from Russia.
Hell yeah. Oh, the Iron guy.
Yeah, and Teenage Negasonic Warhead to be introduced into that dynamic with Wolverine.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun to see them all playing off of each other.
Yeah. And I'm very sad that X-Force wasn't its own movie.
Oh no.
It was. I heard rumors about it going to be its own movie because Deadpool for a while did have their own thing. Like X-Force was a thing for a good little bit in that universe.
Yeah, you know what? I really think if Marvel's going to continue to do movies that people are excited to see, they really need to like look at Deadpool as sort of a launching. You know, it's sort of like, you know, they could take some of these characters like Teenage
Negasonic Warhead, yeah.
And I guess we both forget.
I forget his name, but he's big metal Russian boy.
Yeah, him, and you know, take those characters and you know, spin that off.
What's his name? The one that crushed him in Deadpool 2.
Oh, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. I loved Juggernaut. I can't. I was so excited for him, and I love the way that he was portrayed.
Yeah, you know, the X-Men movies have always been kind of hit or miss with audiences, with critics, but you know, there's a lot of really fun, loud comic book characters in there that have a lot of personality that I just feel like, you know, now that we've got Bryan Singer out of the picture,
Yeah.
ooh, thank God, we can maybe get a new take on who the X-Men are, sort of a different tone. Something closer to the Deadpool movies, I think, would be pretty cool.
I think so too. Like they could still have the serious X-Men quality because X-Men's pretty serious in a way.
Sometimes.
But a lot of the time it is joking. It is making kind of fun of superhero movies.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see what they do with the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out.
So excited. It looks really good for my opinion.
Yeah, because if they do that in a similar vein and just have more fun with it and don't try to build up to some big climactic, movie event.
Unfortunately, I think that's what's happening with that, unfortunately.
Well, it is what it is. I just think more self-contained stories, more lighthearted, more fun, more playful type of
I want more X-Men villains that were the funny, like Juggernaut. I want more X-Men villains like that. That's what I want out of that.
Yeah, and they're comic books. They can be weird and crazy and not be super serious or have to have some grounded, conflict message. I don't know about you, but seeing, what was it? Captain America having to go to rehab because half of the people on the earth disappeared. And what the fuck was, I'm sorry, what?
No, you can say it, go ahead.
What was that? That was just ridiculous. I didn't, in the stuff with Hawkeye, don't give me hope.
That was
which became a very funny meme.
Yes, but it was just depressing. Endgame was just depressing up until the end,
Oh my god! And even the middle of it for me with the big MacGuffin of how are we gonna get back in time? And it's just they spend way too much time on that, and it's it's a comic book. It's not going to make sense how you get back in time anyways. Just give us the big time machine device.
I love Hulk. I love him so much. I did not like the way they molded the two together.
No.
I thought that was disgusting.
They destroyed both of them. There's supposed to be a dichotomy there. Bruce Banner, serious scientist. Hulk, crazy killing machine. And it just goes to show...
That's what they kind of showed in Ragnarok. And I liked that dynamic of them. But the way they melded them together and then made them be I miss Black Widow. I was like, bro, I can't do with this anymore.
Don't get me wrong. There can be serious moments in a comic book movie, but come on.
That whole movie was just that whole Endgame movie was just, half of the movie was just them crying about someone that's gone.
And it's sure, get that out of the way in scene 1, scene 2, but I don't know. It wasn't a great movie in my opinion.
Endgame, to me, only the ending was good. And I love girl power, just putting that out there beforehand. You say anything. I didn't like the scene where it was just the girl's gonna throw now too, huh?
Patronizing.
Girl, they could have just shown them doing what they need to do because honestly,
as part of the team, but
not they
look
didn't
at
need
all of us women.
They didn't need a whole scene of just the women doing what they were doing. They could have been oh look, there's doing something with so and so,
Well, it was quick. They got it out of the way.
I still didn't like it. That made me mad.
It was unnecessary. Yeah, I mean, the problem, as I see it, is Endgame, or what was it? Infinity Wars, set the bar really high, and then Endgame could not live up to the hype, unfortunately. Yeah. Infinity Wars got me really excited for Marvel again. And then
Endgame ruined it.
It didn't live up to the hype, in my opinion. I know that's kind of controversial. People think that was the last really good movie. But
I still like Far From Home, but that's just my opinion. That got me really excited for the Spider-Man series again because the ending where he is just now he's alone. It's oh, now I can actually see Spider-Man, do Spider-Man.
Is Far From Home the right?
Far From Home was the second one. No Way Home. No Way Home was the third one.
No Way Home. Okay, so No Way Home, Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man No Way Home got me excited for the Spider-Man again because, in the last scene, he's by himself now, no one knows who he is anymore.
Right.
They don't even know really who Spider-Man is anymore. So they can basically reinvent Spider-Man again. Not reinvent, but you know what I mean?
Listen, he needs it.
Yeah, he kind of does. So
At
it got
this
me
point-
excited for Spider-Man again, is what I was trying to say there.
Yeah, because I do think that Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man. He's a good enough Spider-Man. And, it's a fun character. He didn't need all the bells and whistles of the Iron Man suit. But anyways, we're going way off track.
Again.
But that's kind of the way it always is when you talk about these Marvel movies, because they're so tied into each other.
And that's what I don't want. I don't want Deadpool, like you were saying before, I don't want Deadpool tied into all the cinematic stuff. It'd be cool for him to have one shoots with characters, so like maybe a Spider-Man and Deadpool thing,
Sort of one-off.
But one-offs, not like it's, you have to watch this to know what's going to happen in the next Spider-Man movie.
And I
don't want
swear
that.
to God, if we go to that theater and it turns out we don't know what's going on because we didn't see
I'm gonna be
the
mad.
Disney Plus Halloween event or whatever.
Because we didn't see some portion of Loki.
Oh, exactly. So dumb. They need to just stop that. Listen, keep your Disney Plus stuff to yourself. Nobody wants that in their movie.
No one. Absolutely no one. I don't.
But I guess that's all we have to say for now. We're going to probably react to that after we've seen the movie. But
yeah, so this is like before. So before we leave, because I want to ask this, what do you think the new movie's going to be about besides Wolverine?
They could go a lot of different directions, and I haven't been focusing on like what people have been saying about it, just because I really don't want to know too much going in. But if I had to guess from what we've seen from the last two movies, it's going to have to be him dealing with loss, dealing with getting over, and sort of becoming himself, becoming that wacky, sort of nihilistic, merc with a mouth that we all love.
Yes. Maybe just maybe, him and Wolverine will bond over losing a loved one.
Who knows? I don't know if this Wolverine is even going to exist in the same universe as Logan.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a different thing. Because remember, he does have that time watch thing at the end of the movie. At the end of Deadpool 2, where he goes back and...
Okay, so maybe, this is possibly how he ends up with the yellow suit Wolverine. Sort of an alternate
timeline
universe. Which I'm fine with. If that gets us yellow, blue suit X-Men.
That's the best timeline.
That's the best timeline. Stay there. Keep all the movies in that timeline. Keep the Marvel
90s.
Cinematic Universe in the 90s. I'm telling you, Marvel was in its element in the 90s. They need to keep them right there.
Agreed. But that's it. I think that's all we have for today.
Thank you guys for stopping by to see what we have to say. Let us know what you have to say in the comments. Like, subscribe, destroy that bell.
That is only said in these types of videos, and I don't know why he does it.
Destroy the bell! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Do it.
Destroy the bell. We must have it. We must have the bell.
Until I miss it, we're done. Goodbye.